What up, bassheads? It's your boy, Bass Junkie, twin. Came out here to Dad's to visit him, and Coco's on the front porch. I'll show you guys him in a little bit. All right, right on time. Hold on. Turn the air compressor off. Our big compressor, it needs the valves replaced, so that's going to get fixed. So we're using a little Boss Tech. But got the Dremel. I couldn't find all the Dremel heads that I wanted. I think there's a buffing one in here, but these ones are too small. That's kind of the one I need, that little flat round one. This one's just too round. This one, I might be able to use this one too. The one I put on there right now has got a little tip though on it. So we'll be able to, you know. I came out here on the fly, so I didn't bring my tripod, so I'm just gonna show you clips as I go along. But we're gonna be like that, but I'm gonna try to cut some of that stuff off first. See up here, this I ain't got the compressor on because I don't want to kick on while I'm making this. But anyway, that's what we're gonna be doing. We're out at Dad's. It's a beautiful day out today. It's like 72, 73, something like that. I don't know, but it's gonna get like cold again this week or something. But I had to take advantage of today and come out here. You know, Coco's loving it. He's on the front porch. He don't know what to do. He's so excited coming back out here to the farm. So anyway, that's what's up. Just stay tuned. We're going to grind these baskets down. I got some black paint too. I'm paint them up. We're going to have them good to go. Bring them back home. And when the Recones come in, all we're going to have to do is slide them in once I put the motors back on. So stay tuned to Bass Junkie, twin. Sorry about the air compressor, but this with the sunlight on it. What it looks like without the baffle on the front, the port on the front of the fourth order. Get out the shadow of those. I'm gonna fix it up though. It's gonna be a lot better, but that's what it was like, or is like. But yeah. All right, guys, getting ready to take the blower and just blow them out. The spider landing still got to be done. I still got to do the surround landing way better. I put so much damn EH6000 on here last time and CA glue that it's making it a little hard to get off. But that Dremel, the RPMs are too much for this little Boss Tech air compressor. I need something like that. So what I'm going to do is buy me an electric one, and I'll just finish the rest of it at the house, because you can see this, it's getting like sun's fixing to go down here soon. I got to get back to the house. Cook's on the front porch, so I got to wrap this up, blow this off, blow these out. Get them cleaned up a little bit and then throw them back in the car, and then we'll finish this up when I get to the house. What up, bassheads? We're back. It's been like a week later. It was that day that I was at my dad's a week ago. It was freaking best day that we've had in a long time up here. You know, it was 70-something degrees, but then right after that, everything fell off again. This weather's been crazy and weird. Post in the comments, it's been weird and crazy where you live. I know the West Coast been getting blizzards and crazy rain, and I know the East Coast, up by like New York and Boston and Massachusetts, you know, all around those areas, New Jersey and Maine, and all y'all been getting like snow, crazy cold temperatures. It's been cold here. It ain't cold as y'all. We haven't, like, it snowed some flakes, but they didn't stick because like during the day it'll go up to like 40, 50. Like this morning it was like, I think 15 degrees where my dad lives, and it was like 24 here. It's getting up to 50 today, and then 60 tomorrow, and then this weekend it's supposed to get down even lower, like 19 around here. Might snow. Hopefully it gets back warm. I love, you know, being outside in the warmth and everything. You know, I'm sure y'all do too, and all y'all bassheads know whenever this kind of weather, it hampers what we do, especially if you ain't got a garage. Fortunately, I got a garage now, and I can work on the car, but I haven't got really all set up because I just moved in here long ago. And I've been working on trying to get this place painted, and you know, it's coming out. It's starting to look better. You know, over there's the dang motors for the subs. But anyway, just want to jump on here and tell you all that real quick. Appreciate y'all watching. Stay to the end. Tony, he lives over there in Massachusetts. He's been snowed in, but he's still working on his new van, not the white one. If you stay tuned till the end, I'll show you a little bit of what he's got up and coming. It's crazy, dude. You guys ain't gonna believe this, dude. You think the white van was badass? And Tony's a mad scientist. So, you know, this guy is unbelievable. I wish me and him lived like next door to each other or something, or, you know, same neighborhood or something, dude, or close by, you know, because he lives like 14 hours away or something like that, 13, 14 hours away. But he's got so many subs coming for this van. I don't even know how he's going to put them all in. He's got Base Hog. They're designing the box for him. He's the one that bought the biggest battery Coventry's ever made. You know, I did that video on that. Kind of threw it together. A lot of things were happening in my life at that time, so I got it the best I could, which I'm going to redo that for y'all. But just stay tuned to the end. We're going to recone these subs. I'm getting them ready right now, and we're going to go into the procedure of that. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned. The Bass Junkie 2020. All right, you guys. I borrowed Sean, my boss man's Dremel. Didn't have to actually go get one. He had a really nice one. It's got this extension piece you can hook on to here, but I'm not going to use it. I'm just getting one of the heads ready. I got to finish grinding from when I was out at Dad's. That air compressor wasn't good enough, so I got to get the spider off the spider landing and finish doing the surround landing a little better. So that's what we're going to do. I got a little 220 sandpaper, some tape for whenever I want to tape the landings off so they stay scuffed up, so whenever I go to paint it. Got some black paint. Got my little scraping tool. All my tools here, you know. So we fixing to get it. Got this big old basket of stuff I got to go through and find all the clamps are in here, and I got to go through this stuff anyway. So I need a bunch of stuff out of there. So just stay tuned and let me get everything set up. All right, guys, it's a little more difficult than the first time, because the first time they had the original factory paint on the edges after I had scuffed them, and you know, I put a hell of a lot of E6000 and a hell of a lot of CA glue, and I used the accelerator. So it's been becoming a little task here to get this old spider off, but I'm getting it. I'm gonna have to get the Dremel with the point end, put the pointed end on the Dremel, and get that up in the corners there. You see all this mess it's making. It's getting all over the dang place. That's why I put this tile down. Try peeling what I could off of it, you know, to make it not be so much, so I don't have to go through so much. Still got to do the other one. But I'm going to grind these down, finish. After I grind all the spider out, then I'm going to clean it all up real good, get every little piece of glue out that I can possibly get. Then we're going to wash them down and then paint them. Just throw some black paint on it real quick, just to make them look good. Throw the motors back on them after that. They're over there on the freaking desk. So after we do that, then we'll get to the recones. They'll be here tomorrow, but it'll all be like right now for y'all. So stay tuned. The Bass Junkie 2020. All right, you guys, I'm still getting out and looking at the pile of this stuff, dudes. Holy moly. Whew. Yeah, this stuff's even kind of like smoky a little, you know. I need like the stone heads to go on this. I really don't have the right ones, but I'm not running out to get any. I'm just going to make do with this and get this thing cleaned up. But boy, it is messy. This is way harder than the first time. First time, I kind of just popped it all loose, which if you got a new sub, you won't have to go through all this. I'm just showing this so that if you ever have to recone something that you've already reconed, that's what you're going to have to deal with, most likely, depending on if you use the CA glue accelerant or not. I've seen, like, I think it was Steve Mead. He just put the CA glue on. He let it dry on its own. He never put the accelerant. But I like using the accelerant. That way I only got to, like, really clamp off the top. So anyway, we'll discuss that farther in the video. Stay tuned. We're getting it, guys. I know I keep saying that, but it's time consuming. This damn CA glue has dried like cement on it. All these scuff marks, it'll all be painted. Once this gets clean, now these scuffs won't. I'm keeping those. I want them shiny so the glue sticks better to it. Because, you know, if it's flat surface shiny, I used to build boats, you know, it pulls loose easy. You need scuffed. You need it scuffed on the landings. That way they stick. But just don't go super glue crazy with your glues, because then if you have to have a recone, like I'm doing, this is the second time I'm reconing these 15s. You're going to go through hell trying to get all this old glue off and remnants of the spider and landings and stuff of the surrounds. Anyway, we're going to keep working on it. We're getting it. Stay watching, stay tuned. Be right back. All right, y'all. Finally got these things cleaned up, ground down. Now I just got to put a little tape on the landings. That way, when I go to paint up some of these imperfections, some of these scuff marks and stuff like that on the basket and everywhere else, I sanded some of them down to make them look better. I don't even know if the paint I got's a glossy black. It's like a piano black, what you're supposed to have. But for now, look, could get jumping on the bed. Look at that boy jumping on that bed. But we're going to go ahead and just, you know, touch it up with what I got. If it doesn't shine, I'll go out and get some glossy and put on it later on. But we're going to go ahead and just do it this way for now. I don't really know that it matters. In the fourth order, I don't know how I'm going to have it set up totally. If I'm going to have the fourth order like I have it, or have the wall, or what I'm going to do with it. That's the next project. It was hell getting these things the way I got them. What do y'all think? It usually ain't this hard, dudes. Usually it's, you know, if you got new baskets and, you know, you're just popping your recones, you know, for the first time, you got that shiny black paint and they pop right off. But if you've ordered recone them and then that glue sets in that where you've scuffed it, and you put too much glue because you're insecure about your subs coming loose and you want them to last like I did, you're going to be grinding for a while. Boy, I had a mess here. I've done cleaned most of it up. Anyway, let me get these things taped off and painted. Stay tuned. All right, you guys. I done taped off the landings. Everything else was ready. Taped off the terminals. Now I just sprayed a little bit of black on there. They're going to look shiny. They're going to look new. Once I get this all painted up, you're not even going to know the difference. You're going to think they're brand new subs. But as soon as this side dries, I'm going to flip them over and I'll do the outside of the baskets. But yeah, that's how you do it. I mean, you can paint them whatever color you want. You know, you could do it kind of wild colors or whatever. But I'm just going to keep them black. It's just the inside is what I've done so far, fellas. So I tape off the landing because like I said, I want to keep it scuffed. Stay tuned. Okay, guys, I took all the tape off, sprayed the inside. I had the tape over top of here, so might be a couple of scuffs that I didn't get, but that ain't gonna matter anyway because the spider's gonna cover all that. But for the most part, the insides are looking pretty new to me. I mean, way better than they were. What do y'all think? Anyway, now I'm gonna flip them over, put a little tape around. They're already on the terminals. And I already got everything scuffed. You see how bad they look now, beat up looking. But I'm gonna cover up this sticker. Because these were handmade here in US. That's when you see those stickers on these Sundown, you know that they're made right here at home. So yeah, see all these scuffs. So we're gonna fix all that up. And while I'm getting that ready, look what came in. Yes, sir. So let's take a peek and see what Directronix has sent to me. All right. Okay. Directronix would like thank you for your purchase of your drop-in recone. Our drop-ins do not include shims or glue, which I'm going to use computer paper for a shim. And when you're ordering your recones from them, they do give you an option to order the glue kit with it, which you can order it separately from them. And I think it's like $55. But I think if I think if I'm right, when you're ordering the Recones, if you get the glue kit as you're ordering them through that part, like when you're doing whatever spiders and all that, it'll say glue kit on it. Just check that, and I think you only have to pay 35 bucks. So yeah. All right, got us another decal. You know, guys know I love decals. Figure out where we're gonna put this thing on the old slap and Saturn. That's what's up. Nice beer koozie. I needed a new one too. Mine was falling apart. That's what's up, man. I appreciate that. There's 2 caps in here. See, 2 Sundown caps. There's the glue kit, just like I was talking about. I have to find my other glue and a accelerant I have from over 1.5 years ago. The accelerant turned yellow because I did have it stored in a refrigerator in our old workshop, but that somebody turned it off. I think my uncle or somebody, and I don't know. It just didn't look right, so that's why I went ahead and ordered new stuff. But I got the CA glue and the surround glue. See, Black Dome, DG Black Dome glue. That must be for the surrounds. And I think that little tube there, we're gonna get it all out. CA glue and accelerant. CA glue might be in that one. We're gonna take it all apart later. When I get ready to do this, we'll take it apart and look at it. And of course, 2 brand new Recones. They're looking good. That's what's up. Brand spanky. Look at that nice work they do. I'm not going to take them out right now. I'll finish taking them out and get them all ready once we finish prepping the baskets. So stay tuned. Oh, and if you don't want to see the prep work with the basket and all that, and you guys already know or whatever, you can just skip to where I'm actually doing the Recone, because that's going to be in this video coming up here soon. So stay tuned. All right, just to show you guys real quick, trying to make this, not make this video super long for you guys, but you see all the scuffs and everything. Now, I'm going to just basically go over these like I did the inside of the basket and just touch up paint them, you know, just to make them look good. Which, you know, when you got your subwoofers in your enclosure, unless you can like really get to them, mine had that big baffle on the front, so I couldn't, for the port. They get dusty and they get dirty and they start looking old, even if they're not. But these ones actually are. But you can see paint on here. I might have to actually sand that a little bit. That's from inside the box, stuff that's been rubbing. So these are in pretty rough shape, you know. Hitting the port up front, I think it was too close to it, cutting into it. So we're gonna clean them up as best we can and get this paint drying. That way I can get the motors over here and the spacer and put them back together and get them ready for Recone. All right, guys, I got them all painted. They're been drying for a couple hours. So what do you guys think from before till now? I mean, they're not perfect. It's just a quick little, you know, touch-up job, you know. You guys can do this on your own. That's why I'm putting this in this video, just to show you how easy you can take your old baskets and just touch them up, clean them up, you know, and make them look new. Get a little rubbing alcohol. Like I had all the terminals taped off, but they got some, a little paint got through on top of the terminals. I just took a little rubbing alcohol and put on it, wiped it off. I'm gonna also take the rubbing alcohol. You guys want this before you Recone. You don't have to use it, but I do. I take and put it around the landings. That way there's no dust. That way I know the glue sticks and there's no debris or nothing. But anyway, I got these all hooked up, painted now, ready to go. So I'm gonna go get the motors, bring them over here, and we're gonna put them on. And then after that, we're gonna get it ready for Recone. Stay tuned. Oh yeah, I found the old CA glue. I got this from Down for Sound. I think they got, when I got the Recones from them last time, I think they get this from from Apex maybe, or Audio Bargain Barn at Sundown. I think they're the ones that actually build Recones. This time I went Directronix. But yeah, there was still some left in here. It's been thrown around inside the boxes, so it's all over the bottle. There's probably about an ounce left in here. This had more in it. The lid was off when I took it out of the box, so a lot of it got lost. But you see, it turned, almost looks like pee, you know, and it's supposed to be clear. When I open up the new kit, I'll show you guys the difference. You guys that do this know, but that's because I had it stored in the refrigerator, and then, you know, like I said, it got turned off, and you got to store this stuff at a certain temperature to keep it from doing that. I'm not even sure if it works. That's why I just went and bought a whole new glue kit. Plus, there's probably not enough here to do what I need to do anyway. So, anyway, I just want to show you guys that real quick. All right, I got the motors over here. As you see, I still gotta, I forgot I gotta clean up these pole vents. There's a little scratch. That one still got stuff on it. So, gotta work on that real quick. Let me get onto that, get those fixed up, get those ready. That way I can put the baskets back on and get these things ready to recone. Stay tuned. All right, y'all. I just used a little bit of rubbing alcohol on some cotton balls and Q-tips. Be careful. I dropped one of them damn Q-tips down in there by accident, and boy, was it hell to get it out. There's a little bit of scratches on the pole vent. I did use the Dremel with a buffing head to make them where you can't really feel them that much. So this is no big deal. It's not perfect, but I mean, shoot, I've had these things going on 2 years. Done recode them once. This is the second time. But yeah, a little rubbing alcohol. If you use Q-tips, be careful they don't fall down in there. Really, I wish I could clean all that out down in there because there's a lot of smoke damage. But I've blown them out and everything else. So I'm going to put the spacers back on. These are nice aluminum spacers. They got venting on them. Actually, I need to clean these up real quick before I do. Then throw the baskets on, and then we'll be ready for the recone. But yeah, rubbing alcohol do wonders, dude. It took that stuff right off. I should have did that the other day when I first showed you guys the other video. But anyway, we got them good now. Stay tuned. We got one put back together. Looking good, guys. Wait till I get the recones in here, because it, you know, all this that's grinded, you won't really see some of the stuff on the inside. Up in here, I had the tape hanging, it didn't hit it too good, but you'll never see any of that either. Another thing, see these lock washers that are on here? Be careful when you're putting the basket down on there and you got this all lined up and you're trying to put the bolts back in, because if that washer actually falls off and goes down in here, which I've done it the other day when I took them apart in the other video, and then I did it again today. So you got to really be careful. You don't want to drop nothing. This magnet's so strong, dude. So like, it gets down in there, you got to use like Q-tips or something to get it out. You can't use metal because it'll stick right to it. So it's just, you know, trust me. So anyway, we got one basket on. Let's get the other one on. Another thing real quick. I mean, if you just blowed your sub and you ain't had them that long and you're just reconing them the first time or whatever, you can just, you know, pop them out like I did, clean up the landings, make sure you tape off around the pole vent area down in here, tape all this off. I did a live stream about it one time, but I'm just letting you guys know you can tape this off and then grind and all that. You don't have to go to the extremes I did. I just had a lot of, I smoked the hell out of my subs so many times. They were glued down so strong, it just wouldn't let it loose, you know. So there was a lot of debris and smoke damage in there. So, plus the baskets, they were getting old. So I had to do this just to make them look good and also so they work properly. So, just letting you guys know that real quick. First to get this second one on. Stay tuned to Bass Junkie 20. Look at Cook seeping. Alright, I got both of the baskets back on. Cook's tripping out. He heard something outside. He's going butt wild. Cook ain't gonna let nobody get up in this house. Crazy, Cook. He's crazy. Anyway, got both the baskets back on. They're good to go. Don't let them get us, Cook. Don't let them get us. So now it's just a matter of getting everything set up, get all the clamps. I got to make sure I got enough. Might have to run out and get some. I got to find the computer paper. I got to go through that that tote I showed you and go through all that stuff. Set everything out here, the recones, the glue, get it all set up, and be ready to recone, dudes. I mean, we're gonna have brand new Cook. Sorry guys, Cook's heard somebody outside. He's freaking out. Who is it, boy? You sick of it? He's crazy. Anyway, let me get this set up. I'm gonna take him out, and then we're gonna be into it, dudes. We're gonna be getting the recones on. Stay tuned. Know what? That's what y'all been waiting for. Here on Bass Junkie 2020. All right, I got everything out. Fixing to open up the glue kit here. See, get it all ready. This paper don't really feel thick enough, but I'll just use. I couldn't find a computer paper, so this is what I bought at the store, and I'll just put quite a few sheets on it to make it as a good shim. These coils are looking decent. Look at there. Nice tight windings. I like where they sealed it off up here. It looks way better than the other ones. I like how they did it. So these things are clean. It's gonna be perfect, dudes. So we're getting ready to do it. Let me open up the glue kit. What we got here is the CA glue. 2 ounces of it. It's plenty to do this. There's accelerator, which is clear. They have the other ones in the clear bottle, but this is like the real deal Holyfield. So this and this goes together, and then you got your they call it dome glue, but surround glue. This is black. It's like you can get the E6000 do this, but this is the stuff they really use. So anyway, see, flexible cement. So we got that. We're gonna get it set up. Got the clamps. We're gonna get one done now. Okay, I put a nice bead of CA glue around the spider land, and I didn't want to go crazy on it. I think that should be sufficient. Maybe shine a couple of places, might add a little more before I slide this down on there. Got my shim ready. Gonna slide it down on there, and then we'll spray the accelerant. After I put a few clamps on it, then that'll dry, then we'll do this round. All right, I got it down in there. I had to put my gloves on. I started touching this stuff, and it kind of dries like super glue. So I'm gonna go ahead and spray the accelerant. Need like a clamp there, it looks like, just to hold it in. I don't know if I can get one in there. Move that tensile lead. Anyway, let me spray the accelerant, and then we'll move to the surround. All right, I sprayed the accelerant as I went around. Took the clamps off as I went, because last time I left the clamps on, because this glue dries so fast and so hard. You see, a little bit was on my glove, so when I touched the spider, got a little bit on it. But this stuff's pretty much already dry, but I'm gonna let it dry a little bit more. Then I'm gonna flip the surround up, and then put the glue around it and clamp it down. Then this one will be done. Besides putting the dust cap on, which we'll do that also. All right, this is what you want to do. You want to flip the cone up all the way around, and then you're gonna put you a nice bead of your E6000, or if you get this kit here from Directronix, the dome glue, same stuff we're going to use on the cap. But anyway, that's what you want to do, is flip it up like that. So I'm going to put this around there, and then we're going to clamp her down, which that's going to take longer to dry. You get your fat bead around there, then just go ahead and start flipping the surround down, you know. I gotta do this 2 hands, so I don't want to mess this up, but that's what you gotta do. All right, it's clamped off. Kind of move these clamps around a little bit as I go, as it dries a little bit. So make sure everything gets glued down really good. Gotta watch these clamps though, I don't want them sticking to it. So now we can take our old shim out. And the next thing we'll be doing is putting the dust cap on. See, this thing's not rubbing at all. Perfect. Perfect. So you can look down in there. No rubbish. So that's it, guys. Let me put the dust cap on, and then we'll move to the next one after this one dries. Step I forgot, because it's been a while since I've done this. Before you put the surround glue on, you kind of want to use your Allen keys and put the tinsel leads on before you flip this down, because now I'm having to take a little pair of pliers and tighten it up, because I ain't got none of those bent Allen keys. I only got the set, so it is what it is. This one's a little offset when it came to the screw holes. I'm going to line the next one up a little better. It's like just a little off. It ain't gonna hurt nothing. I can drill through the little piece or whatever that it's messed up. So, but it's been a while, guys. Anyway, wait till the second one. All right, I put the rubber gasket on. I actually painted that rubber gasket. Remember all the white paint that was on it from the box. So I got it clamped down pretty good. I'm getting ready to put the cone on here in a second. And then we'll let this one dry for a little bit, and then we'll put the other one on. And then we'll just put a little bit of clamps on both of them. But once this one sets up for about an hour, I can actually start the other one. And then, so I don't got no more clamps. But it's all good. The spider's already dry. Plus, I'm not going to be playing these for a while. I got to get the bass amp back anyway. They seem to be good to me. Thing's going to be nice, guys. Like brand new. Spanky. Took a little sandpaper, scuffed around the edge a little bit. Now I'm going to put a bead around it. And then I'm going to put the cone on. And then I'll put my like DeWalt bit set on top of it or something to hold it. I tell you guys, make like a little tape handle so you can set the cap down in there. All right, that way when you're putting it down, you ain't trying to hold the cap. It's too hard to place it like that. This is better. So see, I think we're kind of lined up with the terminals. Kind of, I want it there, twist it a little bit. It's good to twist it a little bit anyway, get that glue on there. And I'm going to take the DeWalt set it on top. So it has a little bit of weight on it. Pushing down on it. It ain't going to take much. Oh, shoot, I hate touching that stuff. It's like super glue. Anyway, that one's done. We're moving on to the second one. Stay tuned to Bass Junkie 2020. This time I didn't forget to tighten the terminals up while I got it popped up. I always clamp them off on the surround itself a little bit before I put the rubber gasket on, just to get it kind of, you know, laid in there good. But it doesn't really clamp it off and seal it off the right way. So I just do that, let it dry for about 10 minutes, and then I go ahead and put the rubber gasket on and then clamp it, because it helps hold it. Some guys actually just put the rubber gasket on and don't even use clamps. But I like using the clamps to make sure it's pushing down on it. So I'm gonna let this dry for a little while. Then I'm gonna take a few of these clamps off and put them back on this one. Then I'll have both of them drying overnight. So yeah, it's good, dude. So that's what's up here on Bass Junkie 2020. Sorry I didn't like play by play, do every little thing. I just try to show you as I go, because it's real time consuming. I mean, you can do these in a matter of, you know, a half hour if you was doing them on the fly at a show, if you had everything set up right, and you know. But I've abused these subs for over a year and a half. I've already reconed them once, so I had to do a lot of grinding. I wanted to fix the baskets up, so I did a lot more than you usually would have to do. And I just put that in this video just so in case you've already reconed your subs, your baskets and recones, or your whole thing is just, your landings, everything needs to just be, you know, really done over really good. You know, I'm kind of OCD when it comes to that stuff, dudes. All I got left is put the cap on this one, which I'm fixing to do here in a second. Got that one still drying. It's looking good though. So that's what's up. So anyway, let me do that, then we'll get the multimeter put on them and check the ohms on everything, which I'll have to be real quiet during doing that. And we'll see what they ohm out to. Stay tuned. All right, I'm getting ready to wrap this up. I'm gonna show you that I got it ohmed out, as long as Coco don't make no noise. That's 4 ohms. It was up to like 3.5, but see, when I talk and stuff, it lowers it or changes it. But I've checked them all. They're pretty much all that. So anyway, I got this one's all the way done. It's looking good all the way around. So we're happy with it. This one I just got a cap done a few minutes ago. Everything else, I'm going to take a couple of these clamps, put it on some around this in a little while. That way they'll both have a little bit of clamps on them overnight. And that'll be it for these. They'll set for a little bit. Anyway, hope you guys got something out of the video. I always learn something every time I do this. It's been a while since I've last recone any subs. Matter of fact, the last time was when I did these. So the next thing I'll be doing is fixing the fourth order up, and all those speakers I showed you on the shelf earlier. And I'm gonna try to figure out something for door pods and get those tweeters in there, and those 6.5s and those other 8-inch DS18s. Get those in there. So those are the next projects coming up. I didn't go into crazy detail on how to do these recones. I did probably a lot of extra stuff that you probably won't have to do, but some people might have to do all the extra steps, or they might want to do all the extra steps I did, like taking the motors off, painting the baskets and doing that and whatnot, you know. But that's pretty much how you do it. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Hit the like button if you want to see some more of my content. We're going to be going to the shows this year, so you want to make sure you subscribe, because when I go, I'm going to be getting every demo I can this year. I mean, I'm going to go buck wild. So anyway, I appreciate each and every one of you. Thanks for watching Bass Junkie 20 Twins video, and I'll catch you on the next one. Like!
We got these here. They go all the way down the hallway. Plus I have more in the front room. Whew. We got them in, James. I know it's a little dark, but there's an idea. You can see the foam. It's like really foams well. Everything. I mean, this side too. All the outside walls are really foamed well, all the way up to the studs. Nice. Over here I'm going to put LBLs across, 2x6 LBLs. I'm going to put 4 of them. I'm going to lock them into the front pillar and this middle pillar. So that way I add structure to the center. That's the only way I can do that. So that's where I am with that. Caught up in a world, a labyrinth of